morning walk. I did my 10 laps, got my 10,000 steps. Started late today, but I got them. The goal is to get them. A lot of times, you come out, especially when you're first starting. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie, man. I start walking back in March 8th, 9th, 2026, and it was. If I could tell you my testimony of me walking, it was being older, raised your children, did what you had to do to take and make sure they got what they needed. It was hard. But you know what? Being a single parent for the majority of their life, it was even harder. Not knowing what the day was going to bring, not knowing if you was going to have enough, not knowing where their shoes, their clothes was going to come from. It was hard. But you know what made it easy? It was when I met Christ, when I chose him, or realistically, he called me, he chose me. But when I had that want to and I needed it so bad, I needed somebody in my life. I needed someone who promised they would never leave me and never forsake me. I was in the world before I came to Christ. I was doing what everybody else was doing. I was looking for somebody to be mates with. But you know what I found is that instead of go through chaos and constantly something going on in your life, sometimes you gotta say, you know what? My job right now is to raise my children. And I'm always talking to my teen parents, but I'm talking to my single parents too. Male, female, grandparents, anybody who has made up their mind that they're going to take and fulfill the requirements. When you have children, it's not an in and out situation. It's just not you show up when you want to. No, you show up 24/7. When they get up, you get up. When they sick, you sick. You try to nurse them back to health so that they can keep going. But I want you to know you can make it. It's by the choices you make, the things you do, the things you choose to do. It ain't easy. But it ain't easy being broke down and sitting down and watching the world go by and you just sitting there, sitting there. Being a single parent, I had to get up and I had to make a choice. I had to grind. I had to get up every day and make a decision. What am I going to do to improve my life and the lives of my children? Because every day our children are looking at us, even as adults. I got three grown children, married with children. And every day, man, my son was going through a moment this week. He called me and the boy was breaking. And he married. Because you know what? If we're not there for our kids, who's going to be there for them? Is it going to be the liquor bottle? Is it going to be the drugs? Is it going to be a woman or a man? We have to raise our children to be great people, not just mediocre people. We got to set a standard. A woman of God told me this years ago. She said, Sister Fern, she said, God has a standard. She said, God has a standard. He tells us every day to choose you who you will serve. You could keep serving money or you could keep serving men, but if you don't choose God and then put you right under God and be the best that you can be, it's gonna be chaos. The world's going through chaos because don't nobody want to listen. Don't nobody want to listen to wisdom. They'll look at the world, they'll look at this one, they'll look at their friends, they'll look at that one, and you know what? They make a choice. I'm gonna do what my friend's doing because it seems right. But you don't know what them people go on the back end. And being older now, 63, raising three children and a granddaughter by myself with the support of who God placed in my life, it was not easy. You got to keep going in this life. Hi, how y'all doing? But you can do it. Make up in your mind and set in your heart that you're going to be a positive person. That no matter what come or what go, you're not going to walk around with a negative attitude. Our children see how we treat people. And I have an older daughter. I'm gonna tell you, I could be on the phone with her and be in the store, and if I came out of character on somebody, she will call me. She will go, no, 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 ma, get it together. We have to be the light for our children because our children are looking at a copycat spirit in the world telling them that they could do anything they want to do and it's okay. But I'm here to encourage my teen parents and my single parents. You're good enough. Stop looking at the world to qualify who you are. You are important. You are important to God first of all. You were sent here with a purpose for your life to be a blessing, not to be a disappointment, but to be a blessing to yourself and to other people. But how your character is will determine how far you're going to go forth in life. I had a bad character. I had a nasty attitude. But when Jesus got hold of me, he was like, daughter, that ain't going to work. But I had to make that up in my mind. We have to stop looking at people. The world says you got to compete. You don't have to compete with nobody. We're not called to this world to compete with anybody. What we're called to do is to be a blessing to somebody and get in your own lane. When I was working on a hot dog cart years ago, and I had said something to someone, and the woman of God walked up on me. She said, Sister Fern, she said, don't you ever tell somebody what somebody else is doing down the street because that's their business. God sent you here to do what your responsibility to do, and that's your calling. We are called to be great parents, but we don't have to dress them up. You know how they say, oh, they so cute, but what's in their heart? We could dress them up, but don't nobody want us to tell somebody else's kid, don't do that because you might get hurt. They would rather have me sit there and let their kid get hurt than for me to correct their kid in the spirit of love and let them go the right way. But I'm here to encourage my teen parents and my single parents and my parents. We got to do better. Stop looking at this chaotic world because the world is imploding. You can't see it? Jobs, money, this, that. They want us to jump all over the place. We ain't got time to be jumping at nobody but in the Word of God. Get in there. If you don't know the Word of God, then you get in there, you learn, and you say, God, I don't know you. That's what I did when I was younger. I don't know who He is, but there got to be something better than this. And then as you have a want to, see, the thing is, do people want to press God on people? You got to have a want to know God. You got to have a want to put your kids in the atmosphere of safety. And for my mothers today, and for my fathers, I'm going to share something very important with you today. And I've been saying, God, like, when can I, and how can I tell them this? Stop bringing all these characters in your house. If you're a single parent and you're a single mother, don't bring nobody in your house that's of the opposite sex. Don't bring them into company if you know people in your family is not right. Because if them spirits jump and they jump on you and your kids, and a lot of people got off this call, but it's okay because this is for the one who needs encouragement today. We as parents have to do better because I don't care when they leave your home at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Some never leave. They got to know that when they come home, that they have a peaceful house, that their mom, their dad, their grandmother, whoever is raising them or their what, there's peace in your house. Don't invite chaos to your door. Don't bring chaos to your door. Don't bring chaos to someone else's door. But in your house, it should be a safe space for you and your kids. When you lay down at night, you should know everything. I would walk through my house, and there was times I would take people in who were going through a moment. But you could walk through my house and I could tell you where any person was in my house, and you should know that for yourself and with your children. Your kids sneaking out the window, no. You should know if they open the window. We have to be that sensitive in our spirit to know what is going to go on. But I want you single parents to know, and you parents, please don't take lightly what our kids are going through, what you're going through. Yes, we need money. But we can take, God has given us gifts and skills. So many of y'all go to work every day. And if you're good at your job, you know when you're good at your job, you could do it with your eyes closed. That's the business. You don't have to go out there and get the millions of dollars. Do that one thing, get one client, get one person that will let you clean their house. I used to do it all the time. I've done housekeeping, I've done office work. I will find a gift or a talent on the side to make side money. I worked in convenience stores for people, but you got to come with integrity. But you can make a better living. You can do more. But you know what? Be that example for your children. Be that light. It's not always about what you look and what you got to buy this and buy that. It's not about that. It's about your heart. Have peace in your life. When you go and come, yes, things get us angry. Yes, things get us upset. But that thing comes to push you, to test you, to see if you're going to flip, to see if you're going to flip and cuss somebody out, to see if you're going to flip and go somewhere off. The biggest thing I would tell, especially black women, leave that head thing alone. The woman of God taught me that. She said, because people expect us to react. You don't have to react. You could stand there, look at someone, you know what, turn and walk away. We have freedom. That's how much God has blessed us with the freedom to come and to go and to do better. But I want to encourage you again today. On my walk, me doing my 10, it's been a grind. It's been hard. But you get up and you do what you have to do because be that better person for yourself, not for someone else, not so someone can look at you, not for the Joneses, but for yourself. This is Miss Fern. Be encouraged. Have a wonderful day. Do your best and keep going. Have a great one. See you later. Bye bye.